Welcome to SML Total Access, the official podcast of the Sim Madden League. Now, here are your hosts, ZZ the Great and Primetime 000.
Hello and welcome to the SML podcast. This is SML Total Access. We're back at it again. I'm Primetime, and with me today is my trusty co-host, ZZ the Great. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Prime? Hey, man. We're back at it again. Total Access. It's been an exciting week. Last week's games were freaking awesome. There was a lot of great matchups, and I am ready to look forward to week 10. I had a bye week this week, so I'm especially looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, it's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. And if you're new to SML Total Access, what we do is 4 downs and an extra point. Each down is around 2 to 3 minutes long, 3 minutes probably, and we move on to the next topic. So topic number 1, let's get right into it. The beast of the East is the Redskins or the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you think about Dan? He's resurgence. He's beaten the Colts now. He beat me by, I believe it was 2 scores, and then he completely slapped the Redskins 33-7. What's your thoughts?
Dan, he seems like a pretty good guy, first of all. And what he's done in taking over Gov's team, it's like he hasn't really lost a step.
Better.
He's out there playing pretty good, man. It's not really I watched a little bit of the game. It hasn't been like he's like super cheese. He's not a comp, if you're listening, comp. But and in that tough division, man, he's in the NFC East, which is one of the toughest divisions out there. I'll still say that. And you got Grams, you got Sunday, you got Dan. Giants are playing a little bit better. Yeah. Giants are playing a little better. And the fact that Dan he is 6-2, and with a big win that he had over the Redskins last week, he didn't just beat the Redskins; he beat them soundly.
Smacked them.
And I know the Redskins made some. He got a little conkish in the chat,
right?
And he made his I don't want to say excuses, but he said, his Madden fatigue is kicking in towards the end of the season, which which could be true, because I don't blame you. A lot of people are getting a little fatigue of this game, and it's been out for a year. And like everyone said, it seems like it's kind of changing without updates, which is kind of weird. But the fact that he beat Redskins, he's 6-2. The Redskins are 7-2. This could be something that might be a changing of the guard. He has to really watch himself. The Redskins do. The baby goat, Paulie, your baby goat man might be in trouble. Dan, he might be your new bandwagon guy. So what do you think about him?
Yeah, man. Dan is. I played him, and he reminds me a lot of myself when I played him, because he wasn't like an elite passer, and he didn't have like an elite pass rush. Like, let's say when you play against someone like Meats, what's gonna happen. You're gonna get ran on by Jackson, you're gonna get hit by Golden on the run game, and then you're gonna get over the top with Hollywood Brown. And that's basically it. If you play against Sunday, what's going to happen? You're going to have the pass rush come, and he's probably going to throw the ball all over the lot on you. And I think that over time, over the course of a cycle, or over the course of somebody's career in the SML, the longest lasting way of winning is being able to win in multiple ways. And I think that people who are great for a short period of time, we've seen it with Gov last cycle, they have a little niche, and eventually that niche will get figured out, and then it'll get exposed. And I think that people like Dan, like myself, and Dan, I think, is going to be somebody who's going to last a long time, because his style of play isn't based around the strengths of Madden 20. It's just he's good at the game, and he's going to find a way how to make it work. So I think that Dan is a better player than Sunday, and I think that he's kind of cracked the code now. I think the blueprint was put out on Sunday last season, and I think now he's gonna make a run at this thing.
Yeah. One of the comments I saw in chat, just real quick, was that Dan was he. They said his games were kind of dull,
Hmm.
like he played kind of like he played. I guess you would call it a systematic approach,
Hmm.
where he just kind of does what needs to be done to win.
Yeah.
Whether that's controlling the clock, making the passes that's necessary, not turning the ball
Right.
over, those kind of things. So Dan could be the new future of
Yeah.
the NFC. I kind of relate him to another guy that we'll talk about a little later, the Patriots,
Hmm.
because they these are guys that kind of do everything right. I don't see like a certain type of gameplay coming from them.
Yeah.
It is just they're playing Madden.
Right, exactly. And it's the football smarts. And I know there's people and they associate with cheese, and cheese will get you so far. But I think at the end of the day, the football smarts do at some point reign through. Just maybe not all the time or as much as we'd like to in this game that we play.
Yes.
But and I wish Madden would reward people like this more often. But Dan is obviously doing quite a bit with an all right Eagles team. It's not a great team, an all right Eagles team. But moving on
Yes.
to second down, we're 6 minutes in already.
Yes. Second down.
The Patriots. We're talking. You hinted at him a little bit. QB Stud having a very strong season. He beat me. He's beat a few other teams. I think he beat the Meats. QB Stud is on a little bit of a win streak. He's 8-0. Is he going to go undefeated, and is he going to make a run at the Super Bowl?
We tried this before with QB Stud. He has had QB Stud has always been a silent killer. Yes, he's our stats guy. He's vocal in chat, but he doesn't get a lot of notice during the year for
Yeah.
whatever reason that might be, and it could be similar to what Dan has because it's like
It's not
there's
cheesy.
no he's not cheesy. Is and the fact that he plays a solid Madden game, and that usually results in a win. And
Mm-hmm.
just recently when he played against you,
Mm-hmm.
he played a solid game. It was
Yeah.
almost mistake free, and you had a chance in that game, but the New England Patriots, I mean, they came to play,
Yep.
and they did not make too many mistakes.
Yep.
And I think if you play like that in our league, and you're pretty good, and you have a decent user, you can achieve greatness and
Yeah.
actually finish the season out undefeated.
Yeah, just looking at his schedule, it's fairly light in this last half of the season. He's got, as I look through here, I see two teams above 500, and that's the Bears and that is the Chiefs. Yeah, I think 16-0 is very possible, and I mean this in the most kind ways I can. QB is somebody who it probably means something to him to go 16-0. He seems like a guy who always has a point to prove. So
Yes,
I think this would be a point to prove that he would like to do, and he would like to achieve 16-0. So
yeah,
I think it's possible.
definitely so.
Moving
The
on
man
though,
won a Super Bowl once, so
yeah,
hey, you
he's
don't
a
just do
champ.
that.
He's a champ. So moving on to third down, we've got Woods. That AFC North is shaking up a little bit. Obviously, we have a new owner out that way. Mad Bomber is now the Steelers owner. Congrats on the call up, Mad Bomber. This guy is I'm excited, probably the most excited out of anybody I've had called up for Primer because he's done more in the Primer than anybody has outside.
Oh,
It's amazing what he's commentating his own games. He's writing articles. He's doing a lot. Anyway, Woods, the Browns. He's looking tough. He laid it on old boy Meats. Is Woods finally going to win the division? Is Woods elite?
for the first time this cycle, Woods could definitely live up to our expectations. We have rooted for Woods this whole year.
Yes.
Woods seems like he has finally come into his own. That game he played against Meats was flawless. Even Meats can tell you
Mm-hmm.
that had he played a perfect game, he still would have lost by 2 scores. I think that's the quote that he said.
Yeah.
And Woods is one of my favorite guys. and he showed exceptional gameplay this year, and I am really excited to see what Woods does next. If Woods can, I haven't actually looked at Woods' schedule here, but if Woods can win the majority of his next few games, which is I think he's coming up. He has the Buccaneers coming up, which is
That should be one.
Caustic. Caustic is taking the place of Noel.
Yeah.
And he has the Bengals, and then he has the Titans, who is 0-8. And then he has the Ravens again, which is his division game, his big rival. That'll be awesome by that time. And then he has to play the Texans at 1-7. NYT, who has been playing better, but not so much this year. He's at 5-4 right now. And then the Bills, which are 2-6, and then the Steelers. So Woods, you got to make the playoffs.
He's got it lined up. That it's a 2-foot putt for Woods right now, and it's a 2-foot putt to win the Masters.
If you don't get in there, and you don't win. If you don't get in there, and you don't necessarily have to win a division because you can pretty much win out on the schedule.
If he needs to make the playoffs for sure. He needs to make the playoffs for sure. And I think if he doesn't, it could be one of the biggest debacles in SML history. And I know Meats is out there. He's fighting for relevancy at this point. He says he's still going to win the division. Is Meats kind of spoiled meat? Is he rot now? Is he rotting? Is Meats no longer like an elite player in the SML? Like, what's going on with Meats?
I'm looking at Meats' schedule here, man. And I'm not sure. He said that he peaked already and that he's pretty much on a downturn, but you never know with Meats. But
I believe him. I believe him, man. And I my Meats hate is over after I beat him in the playoffs. Did I even beat him in the playoffs? I forget. No, I don't even think I played him in the playoffs.
No. It was Conk beat him in the playoffs.
Yeah, I beat Meats in the regular season by like 40 points. But his team kind of peaked a few seasons ago. They're kind of getting a little bit older now. He hasn't drafted and built the roster as well this season, the cycle. And he's got that girl he's chasing now. Meats is kind of in the back nine now until he kind of gets settled down a little bit. So
and it looks like he has a bit of a job.
Yeah, so Meats, the season of life is going to be affecting Meats, and he is no longer the SML chosen one. He's been passed up.
And we also have taken into consideration that Meats has he had a pretty kind of tough schedule. He lost to you. He lost to the Patriots, and then he ended up losing to the Browns, of course.
Yeah.
And so I mean,
that's too rational.
Those are some tough games for him to win. So the fact that he lost those games, there's no telling what might happen within this next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. He has 8 games left. He has half the season left to kind of turn it around. He plays me next week, so he can count that as a loss.
Yeah, I'm writing Meats off, dude. I'll just say it. I'm calling how I see it. So let's move on. 4th down. We got some resurgence in the league as we hit 14 minutes, nearing 14 minutes of this podcast. Raider. Colt 45, man. I downed him, but he's still winning, so I might have to eat my words. And Coop is leading the NFC right now. What's going on? Are all these teams going to make the playoffs, or who's going to do what?
It is strange to me that it might not be our last season. We're pretty much probably going to have one more season after this.
We'll find out tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow. And the fact that some of these bottom tier teams are starting to surge is, I think it's great, man. Let's give these guys a chance. There's a little bit of momentum going into this next Madden.
Yeah.
Give some of these guys between Woods, between Colt 45, the Cardinals, the Raider fan, the biggest surprise.
Yes.
It's time that these guys get a little bit of recognition. It's time these guys get some wins and get to have a little fun during the season, man.
Yeah, it's
I think
good.
it's fantastic.
They've been and Coop obviously took some time away from the league, so him not as much. But Colt and Raider has just been the punching bag of the league. Like if you wanted to put up 60 points and get that dev upgrade, you hope Raider fan was up next on the schedule. So it's good to see just the parity. Just anybody can win on any given game. Moving on, last topic.
Yes.
It's the extra point.
Extra point.
Do you watch tape? I brought it up in chat. Some guys do. But there's 15 votes. I think it was almost split 50-50 just about. But a majority of the league, or a majority of the votes, said they do not watch tape. Do you watch tape? Why or why not?
No, I do not watch tape. And it boils down to I do not knock the guys who watch tape.
Yep, agreed.
But I just don't have time for it. I mean, I got time for Madden. I got time for the things that I do for the league. I got time for my family. I got time to usually be at work.
Yeah.
So me watching a game that's not live, that's not relevant to a hype game or a game that involves my division, it's kind of hard for me to sit down and go back and watch film on a guy. I'm sorry. I know it might be indicative of why I lose so much, but from what I hear, the GOAT doesn't watch tape either.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm not as good as the GOAT, but I think he might not need to watch tape. But that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I think that there's some people, and QB's doing very well right now. He might need to watch tape. He might need to watch tape to be good, and that's not a knock on him. That's Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and he probably needed to study film more than anybody because his talent wasn't quite what John Elway's was. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like if I watched tape, I would be mad at myself if I spent the time doing that and still came up short or something. And I couldn't. I don't know. I feel like I'd be wasting my time. Like as much time as I invest in the league already, it'd be over the top, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I don't even, when I watch a hype game or a commentated game, I do not even notice tendencies unless if they're breaking a rule. I don't even focus on it. I just watch it because it's fun to watch and it's entertaining. I don't even catch tendencies.
Yeah, you just play as you go, and that's kind of how I do. I play off of what formation the guy calls, what I think he might be looking for, considering by what I might have shut down beforehand. And I have to say though, man, I've been playing a lot more focused lately. I haven't been taking as many chances, and I think that correlates to what's happening in the NFC South right now.
Yes.
NFC South is a tight race, man. I don't know if you guys looked at it recently, but there's a chance that anybody in that division can easily win it. And but watching tape is just I can't do it. Like you said, I'll be mad if I invested an hour in dissecting somebody's tape and then go out there and get beat by 40. I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
So it kind of is what it is.
Hey, send me $100 and I'll make the Saints a playoff team because I'll play your game. Just give me $100 in your PlayStation account and we'll be set. It was easy to great. We'll be a playoff contender. So.
My man.
All right, guys. We're 18 minutes in. That's all she wrote for SML Total Access, guys. Welcome, Mad Bomber, to the league. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Everyone's doing great. Let's finish this cycle strong. SML Total Access, Sim Madden League, the place to be. Apply today. SimMaddenLeague.com.